Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Good to see you all. Really do appreciate you. Tonight, we're talking about the Nancy Guthrie case out of Tucson, Arizona, and we have a special guest in the house, Dr. Jamie Vona. And how are you doing?
I'm doing good today. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. It's always so awesome to hear your input.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. Tell us a little bit about who you are, Jamie.
Okay,
Dr. Vona,
so
pardon me, I apologize.
you could call me Jamie's finest. So I'm Dr. Jamie Vona. I have a doctorate in education, a master's in counseling, psychology, and human services, a specialization in marriage and family therapy. I've taught at the college and university level for more than 20 years. I teach courses such as developmental psych, psychopathology, research methods, statistics. I also have more than 1,500 supervised and documented licensed hours of counseling under a licensed psychologist. So that is, and now I have the minds behind true crime with Dr. Vona on top of that, as if I needed another job. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody that's watching this needs an introduction for you, but clearly you are a fabulous host. Do you want to, what would you say if we said to introduce yourself?
Me.
Yeah, I was going
Oh
to say, I
God,
don't think you need an
I
introduction.
don't
You're
know what
just
I am.
fabulous.
I don't know what
You're Justin.
I'm Justin. Yeah,
You're
yeah.
Justin from Clutch Them Pearls.
Good to see you guys, everyone in chat. Guys, in for my channel, Clutch Them Pearls, make sure you subscribe to Dr. Vona's channel. Mods will be dropping that link in the chat as periodically as the live stream continues. Also, for the replay crew, it will be down in the description to where you can go sub up to her. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of her lives. Very, very educational. Getting really into the minds of some of these people. Very, very interesting. Love
Ditto.
watching you.
Ditto for you. So I don't have to repeat all that. Literally everything you just said, I could bounce back on you. So everybody
Thank
gets
you.
subscribed to you if they're not already. I'm sure they already are.
Thank you, my dear. Just made April Justin. We had a man with a brain injury hit by an ambulance and dragged 2 miles.
Oh, wait, what happened?
Wow. If you want to text me, you can text me
Wow.
or email me on that one. So we're talking about the Nancy Guthrie case, and I wanted to pick your brain on some things. First, I just want to give a note. Everything that we're talking about today is just opinions. It Nobody's diagnosing, treating, anything like that. We are not saying anyone is guilty of anything whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. Do your own research, form your own opinion, and all of that good stuff. Okay. So, without further ado, I wanted to ask you on the Nancy Guthrie case. It is a case, you know, Dr. Vaughn and I were planning on doing some videos on Jean Benet Ramsey case. We're both kind of enthralled with that. I've got a little history with that, personal history. I don't know if I've told you that or not, but
You
um,
started to. I
yeah,
can't wait to hear more
yeah.
eventually.
Um, so, and it's this case and Jean Benet Ramsey case is probably the only two cases that I can't really have a strong opinion on either way. I usually have a way that I'm going, but in this case, it's really murky. And the reason is, in my opinion, is because the way that the police have went. You know what I mean? They've been to several different places. They have been, for instance, they went to the daughters, Annie's and Tommaso's home, and they did things in the home. They took out bags of evidence. They took out a folding table. They were in there
Car.
in the dark looking at the light. They took the car. They kept the car longer than anybody else's car that they have taken. And then, just the day around it of her being dropped off, that 2-minute garage door opening and closing. You didn't go in to see her, or to make sure she was okay. But then we go to others that they have been, which is Carlos, which is the dailies. And again, all of these people say that they have nothing to do with it. I want to make it clear on that. But again, there's a thing called probable cause, right, Jamie? Like, there's a
Absolutely.
thing called probable cause. And it's generally a very high bar to get that probable cause, to have not only a judge sign off on it, but the prosecutor and even the federal attorney on these cases. And they went there, they searched the homes, they took the cars, and nothing else since, which can happen.
No, that's so true. Who was the third one again? What was his
Well,
name?
they did it to Tommaso and Annie. They
Right.
did it to,
To
pardon
Carlos.
me, Carlos, and then
Carlos.
they did it to um, Mr. Daly. And I'm going.
Oh, that's his name. Okay, I couldn't think of his name. But so I'm thinking of like, what are reasons? Like, what do they like? Do they have anything in common? Like you're saying, there's got to be probable cause. So there has to be something. And then don't we find out that like Carlos delivers packages for Amazon and stuff? So like there could be things that we're just, not really thinking of. Like maybe there was a package out front and they fingerprint that and it goes back to Carlos, but here it's nothing. He just delivers packages for a living. So I'm wondering, what's the relevance to the other two? I could see for Tommaso maybe because he
Mhm.
was the last to see her alive. But the other guy, I don't remember what his connection was or what they thought his connection was.
There. Well,
Or what it wound up being, rather.
I wanted to kind of go over his interview, if you don't mind, and
Absolutely.
pick his brain and pick your brain with this. But the thing with like Carlos, right? He is a delivery guy, and he's like, people deliver packages all day, whether it's Amazon, UPS, USPS, FedEx, a private carrier, whatever. So many out there. And yeah, he could have delivered a package, but to me, that's not enough. To me, that's not enough, because it's got to be within a certain time frame, right?
There
For
were
instance,
packages out front, though. Do you
there
remember there was
was,
like blue
yes.
packages and stuff? So it does look like there was something dropped off recently. I mean, unless she just didn't see it.
Well, what I'm saying is, so if you're delivering packages, your work keeps an eye on you, right? They keep an eye on where you're at, how far your progress is, uh, how many you're dropping off, and all of that. It would have to be within a very, it would, I mean, a period of a really short period of time, uh, for
Which could
this.
be why they ruled him out pretty quickly.
But did they rule him out?
Oh, did they? They didn't?
I mean, they technically
According to
have.
him, but that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Interesting.
And then there is Mr. Daly, and he, one second here, he Luke Daly, that's his name, Luke Daly.
Yes.
He has had kind of some criminal history. I think he's on probation now. Some people say that this guy looks like him and stuff. I don't know. To me, Luke's a little bit heavier. Um, but
They
he
haven't
seemed.
ruled him out though, right?
I don't think that they've ruled anybody out.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and he was very, very nervous. But I mean, you could say, well, yeah, I'm freaking being blamed for like the biggest, most covered crime of 2026. Of course, you're going to be nervous.
For sure.
But there's some flags there, in my opinion. I would like to see. I have given what I believe the kind of the profile on this guy is, and let me see here. What do you think about him, just from your observation?
So, well, this is the thing. So there are many theories that could pan out. And again, this is just my opinion,
Yeah,
based off of things that I've
yeah,
seen.
yeah.
But it looks like to me like there's different things. One, he doesn't look like he's anxious. Like he doesn't look scared, or that he looks like he knows what he's doing and where he's going. Like that doesn't look that doesn't look fearful to me. Um,
No,
he also covers it up right away, the camera, which does that mean then that he knows where the camera is? Like even when he puts his head up a tiny bit when he's first walking, I'm wondering, does he know where he's at? So then if that's the case, has he been here before, or has he surveilled the house before? Which I think,
well,
a lot of people would suspect that he has. What do you think for that one?
do you remember the photo of him without the backpack?
Oh,
So,
yeah, and they didn't
yeah,
know if it was the same day or not.
yeah. The reporting is that the 11th, that was on the 11th, which there was some strange things that happened in the neighborhood around on the 11th, rather.
So you
And
don't think it could have been the same day? Didn't they think it was the same day or something?
there's it's being reported that these are two different days, him without the
Okay.
backpack. So there's that. He I don't I think I agree with you. I don't believe he is in a hurry. This guy was there for what, 40 some minutes minimum, which is very strange for
Mhm.
someone to be there 40 some
Which
minutes.
that says that something probably went, something unexpected occurred, maybe.
That, or
Had no urgency.
he just knew there wasn't.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I mean. So it literally could be like different things. So it could be that he was sure that nobody was going to be coming in, so
mhm,
he didn't have to rush. On the other hand, it could be that he was in there, and that he wasn't planning to stay that long, but something happens that makes him stay that long. So, I mean, this really is based off of, not just speculation, based off of our own experience with
mhm,
behavior and experiences that we pull this together. So,
mhm.
I mean, both could make sense.
I think with this guy's like, this is how I picture this guy. I picture him as mid 30s, maybe early 40s. I picture him
Me too.
as um, a guy. They call him metrosexuals or whatever.
Mhm.
He takes really good care of himself. He wears buckle jeans. He's got 2 diamond earrings. You know what I'm talking about? The ice.
Yes, and he has his
He wears lots of
eyebrows all
cologne.
done.
Yeah, he wears lots of cologne. He keeps his car really clean. He probably plays the music really loud, driving like this.
Okay, that's really. I'm dying to say that would be good. That would be so funny. Not funny,
Uh,
but that would be ironic if that were
no, no,
correct in
no,
the end.
no, Jen. I'm not saying that we don't know if he wears earrings or not. I'm just saying what
That's what you
how
think of,
I,
and I think that you
yeah,
get that too, or we would get that because we see that he grooms.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got very big, almost feminine eyes. You know what I mean? Like some, a lot of us would love to have big, beautiful eyes, like that. But this guy's a monster, allegedly. You know.
Well,
So
yeah, I don't even know that we need to say allegedly. Whoever did
yeah,
this, I mean, we can't say that they were an angel.
yeah, and I mean, he's got very thick eyelashes. He almost looks like he's had like lip injections. He's got just very uh not big lips, but they're full, almost uh I don't know how to describe it. Let me see here.
Like plump.
Yeah, let me see if I can find a close up still picture on that. And like to me that's the feeling I get when I see this guy.
Okay. I
Yeah.
definitely agree with the 30s to 40. I do. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Probably around 5'10" ish,
Yeah.
normal build.
So look at this right here. To me, he's looks like he's got a scar here. Maybe almost like a cleft, could be like even like a cleft palate. I think that's what they're called.
Yeah.
We call them hair
That's a
lips.
cut out. Then this is the philtrum right here
Yeah,
between
the
the nose.
philtrum. Yes. That's
Yeah.
what separates it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that the
Well,
little.
yes, yes, it's what's up.
Yeah.
It's where like where we put the lip liner, where we put like
Yeah.
a few dots at the top.
Yeah.
That's yes.
And I mean, just look at his lips right here. To me they almost look like they're injected. Do you see it?
I see what you're saying. They do look full.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know injected. I don't know if I'd even be able to tell. But guess what?
You
I mean,
wouldn't.
you've done like you've looked at makeup and stuff before. Like, so you might pick
Yeah.
up on this where I'm not. I might not. But now that you say it, I see what you're saying. But I
Mm.
don't know that I picked up on that right away. The thing that I definitely pick up on is the fact that his eyebrows are like perfectly shaped
Hmm.
and stuff. So which
Yeah.
makes me, which is why I laughed when you said about the two earrings or whatever, because I literally pictured that same type of person, but it just sounded funny because it sounded like a guy from the 90s type thing,
Yeah.
which makes me think that he's probably in his, 30s, 40s.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I think probably mid 30s. I mean, he could be in his 40s. It's so hard to tell whenever it's this black and white in night vision, and then there's this right here. I mean, look at his eyes. See where like his eyelashes and stuff?
Yeah, it almost looks like he has on eyeliner.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do see that. I see
So,
that for sure. I think if I'm going to keep going, like with psychologically, if we're looking, I think, and again, this is just my opinion based off of behaviors and stuff that I see, he probably knows the victim. So whether he knows them personally, whether he knows them parasocially, where there's a one-way relationship type thing where he knows them, but they don't necessarily know him. But I do think that there's a familiarity there, in my opinion.
has to be.
Yes,
Has to be.
I also feel like there's a real possibility of even if it's perceived rejection or grievance. So perceived just meaning that it might not even be real, but if the person perceives it as a grievance or rejection,
It's real to them.
it's real to them. Exactly. Exactly. So I do think that those two things are big. And I've been saying like parasocial type relationship for a while, but I think I say that because I feel that grievance thing where it's like, why do you think he knows them? I get that too, right? Is that what you always thought? Like he looks like he's like familiar.
I mean, I feel whoever did this, or even if this guy's paid to do it, I don't know, but whoever, they know her. They know her.
That's a really good point because I keep thinking that this is based around one person. The only thing in my head that could make it more than one person would be that one person got someone else to do it.
Yep, I agree. 1,000%.
Why
1,000%.
don't you think anybody's talked yet though? Like with the like that's a pretty big reward not to talk. There's somebody not to know something.
So I used to think that there was more than one there that night.
Okay.
However,
Yeah,
with the we have allegedly this guy on the 11th without the backpack and all that, and he's there on the 11th. He kind of moves the camera because it's in a different position on the first here, and we see the same guy. We don't see another person on the 11th. We see the same build, almost same dress,
oh
completely.
yeah, same shoes.
Yeah. So I kind of think that it's just one person now.
I've always thought there was one person, and people always thought that I was crazy. I always felt like I was on an island of my own.
Well,
So I feel good now because I feel like somebody's coming over to the island.
well, I will say this. I don't necessarily think he's the only one involved.
So not right in the theory of it, but that's what I think
Right.
definitely there that it was one person. But I can, I can definitely get on the idea that if it wasn't this person's idea, that it was somebody else that got this person to do
Mm-hmm.
that thing for them. At least that's what it appears like to me, or at least that's the most, plausible scenario, in my opinion. So I agree with you totally there. I also think, right, there wasn't a forced entry, right?
We don't really know.
Okay. They
We
should
really
tell us. Why wouldn't they tell us that?
um
You know what I mean? Like, what could that do to hurt the investigation if they told us? I feel like they need to give us more.
I agree.
Like, give us something.
But like, if I'm like I feel like they should give us more about this guy if they don't know who he is. Like give us a little bit more what he might have been driving, what to look out for, um, that kind of thing. I'm going to pull up. This is the 11th. Whoops. What am I doing? Okay. This was him allegedly on the 11th. Right.
Mm.
So, the way you can't see his face, it's very weird, the shot that they put out. But you can see that like it's definitely, in my opinion, 2 different days because of the light in the background. There's like a full moon on that night.
That makes
So
sense.
I think it's this one guy is the one that was looking out on the 11th, all of that. Also on the 11th, a neighbor was in her bathroom. She saw a weird guy on the 11th, and she's like, I haven't seen a weird guy around here in 12 years. Uh,
Wow.
and she says he's kind of walking a little bit fast with his head down, like he's trying to hide his face or whatever. And then on the night, also on the 11th, the neighbors behind Nancy, their cameras stopped working, just 2 cameras, and their dog started barking. And on the night she disappeared, same thing. Cameras not working.
That's so
And
interesting, right? Do we think that maybe he had a jammer or something?
see, I don't believe the jammer theory
Okay,
because
that's why I was asking. I don't.
jammers require it would have to be a very big system to do something
What do
like,
you mean a big system?
well, it's jammers, they generally have to be pointed in the direction, like most jammers have to be pointed in the direction of the home.
Okay.
Um, and the second thing is, why wouldn't he jam this camera?
Oh my gosh, right?
Why
That was
wouldn't he jam
right.
this
That
camera?
is such a good. That is
Yeah.
such a good question. Why wouldn't he? Or could he have thought that he did, and was just like just in case covering it?
I don't know. I think this guy went through the back door.
Do you think it was a walkie-talkie maybe then? Like, what do you think could be in his pocket then?
I really don't know about that. It could be a walkie-talkie, it could be a scanner, it could be a
Oh, a
flashlight kind of thing.
scanner
Yeah,
to
like a
see
handheld
if like
scanner.
police are coming.
Mhm.
Oh, that could definitely be it.
Mhm.
That makes
Yeah.
a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense to me, having a scanner to see if anybody called the police, because that would then make sense, right? He's there for 41 minutes. So if you have a scanner, you might feel more confident knowing that there's no police that say that they're on their way to that
Mhm.
location.
Yeah,
Oh, it might
exactly.
be a scanner. You might be onto something there.
Um, but I feel like, just my opinion, he went through the back door. I think, my theory is, because we now know that the doors were propped open. The back door, one or two of the back doors was propped open. And if it's not staged, right? If they're not staged, then I feel like he was going to take Nancy out the back way, and you like prop a door open. But people do the path of least resistance, right? It's human behavior, it's human instincts. We do the path of least resistance. We're like water. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And whether that was for him to carry her out, or if that was for Nancy to walk out. Remember, his daughter, or not his daughter, Savannah, Nancy's daughter, said she was barefoot, she was in her nightgown. And I feel like he went to, like, they went out the front door.
So why do you think, this is my only thing with that, right? And I think a lot of people think that too. So you're probably right, not me. But excuse me, why wouldn't, and again, maybe he's just not thinking of it, but if you go in through the back and you know that there's a camera in the front, why wouldn't you just like reach your hand out the door and pull it off that way? Like, why
I
go
agree.
around and open it?
I agree. But
That's my only thing. Like, I wonder what that was about.
I feel like this is just the way I feel. I feel like he forgot about this camera when, like, I feel like he was getting his car to pull up here or
Oh,
something.
maybe taking her out the front door and
Yeah,
forget about the camera.
that's what
I see.
I
And the
I
door could have been open. We don't know. The door could have been wide open, and he just comes around and sees the camera and tries to hide it. So
well,
it doesn't look like,
this door wasn't open because you see the doorknob here and the lock.
right. But you know how like that's probably like not the screen door, but like is there like a glass door on the front, or is it like a? Do we know? Is it
Yes.
like a?
Yeah. There's like a screen door, and then there's a
So I wonder if like
door.
the door into the house could have been possibly open there. I'm not sure. Where does the blood
Oh,
come from, right? You know what I mean? On the front, like I
mhm.
think that's from a cough and like blood drippings, but that would just say to me if that was like a cough that she was alive coming out, maybe the front door. So what do you think about that?
Um,
Or do
I
you think
feel
she came out the back? That's what I mean. I'm
no.
confused about that.
Mm-mm. No, I think she came. I think he was getting ready to take her out here, and he's like, "Crap! I got to cover up this camera." He got those stupid plants, and then he's like, "This isn't going to work," and ripped it off.
Okay.
And
And then,
then
so do you think they exited out the front or the back?
the front.
Okay, yes. Okay, then that makes sense. Okay, I see what you're
Mhm.
saying. And somebody asked, did I not see the front door? I definitely did. I remembered seeing this the like screen door. So I was more asking, not like
Right.
remembering, and I remembered correctly. So that was funny though. I'm like, of course I saw the front door.
So if you look at the home here, if you look at the home, the way that, in my opinion, would be the easiest for them and for Nancy is if, like, they were pulling up the car here, right? And they just took her out. right here.
Doesn't the blood drippings go to the end of the driveway too?
Yeah, it goes. Yeah. Yep.
Which would suggest if it stops that she gets into a vehicle or something.
She gets or she's put into a vehicle. Yeah.
So he probably didn't realize that the cameras were in the front.
There is electronic medium. There is some little wheels in front there, but you know, the thing about those wheels is like we're all assuming in like if those wheels, those little wheel marks are real, I feel like it's a dolly that she could have been carried out in potentially or whatever.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh. Like a wheelbarrow type thing?
Yeah, like where they carry like appliances and furniture
Okay.
and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
Which then makes me think, right? Could it have then been a possibility that they went there and something went wrong, which kept them there longer? But then if you have a dolly, then that means you came prepared with that.
oh, they came prepared.
Oh, definitely with the backpack. I do agree with that, but I don't know how much like how the other equipment that they could have taken as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if they thought that all out, like just in case, bring a dolly. Yeah, I don't know, or if that was always the idea to begin with. Because don't they think now that those 2 ransom notes were real? That's a
well,
ledge.
Savannah and them said they think they are. You know, I tend to believe the first 2 ransom letters, and we haven't been. I did a live on that last night. Actually, we actually don't know what's in all of those 2 ransom letters because TMZ and the other 2 local news outlets, they didn't release all of it.
Strategically, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Savannah and them, when they did their interview, they said, "We understand you and we hear you now." Right.
Yeah.
So they
Right. So she was responding to it,
absolutely.
knowing what was in it. Yes, I agree.
Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you over here too.
We don't know if Nancy had a wheelchair in the house, do we? We don't. We don't. She definitely walked with the cane. She definitely walked with a cane. Another thing I would love to see is the Uber video when she left.
She takes an Uber to the daughters, right?
Yes.
For dinner?
Yes. Where was she? Was she picked up at the garage? Was she picked up here at the sidewalk? And I would like to see her getting in a car, but more importantly, getting out of the car. Because she's not very mobile, right?
No.
Savannah said on most days she couldn't make it to the mailbox.
No, I couldn't believe. Didn't they say he didn't walk her up or whatever?
He pulls up allegedly to the garage door and lets her out, and he says she goes in, and the garage door goes down, and he backs out.
Okay. I guess if you're watching her go in, if she's close enough, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, if I'm caring for my 84-year-old mother-in-law,
I'd be walking her up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would at least make sure she got to the bed or the couch safe.
Somebody saying they have parked like in the garage, like maybe the garage opens and they pulled in, and maybe that's why they didn't walk her in.
Yeah, no, they didn't pull in. From what I understand,
so it was just out front.
They didn't.
Not out front. I mean, like out front of the garage. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
I can't believe we're all still talking about like where is she? Like I can't believe nothing. Like there's nothing yet. Like I just I don't think and again, I know that this is like not that long, I guess, in the world of investigation, or at least that's what
I do, Sherry. I do. Since she still drove, Birdie. She still drove.
So that shows a lot of independence there, right? Because, That's one of the first things you get taken away when you're either losing it mentally, physically. So that's a great point that she still does drive. I think she just doesn't like to drive at night, right? Like a lot of older people don't.
Yeah. So with Savannah said, like, they had she said in her interview that they kind of talked about, mom wanting her independence and, not wanting to leave. And, they, Annie and Tommaso, respected that. They cared for her. So I don't know. She could still drive. I mean, she was very sociable person. Like she did that. I forget what game it's called. It's
not like pickleball, right?
No, it's like Hong or Wong or.
Oh, I know.
I don't know what it is. Like someone will say in Mahong, something like that.
But it just shows, I think the point there is right, that it shows that she was still able to be social and she was still able to do strategic type games and stuff. So that does say like she had a great cognitive function. So even if her mobility wasn't as good, it seemed like she was, very cognitively aware and on point, fully aware.
Right. Exactly. So, let's see here. Pronounce like bong.
Mahong. Pronounced like bong.
Okay. So have you seen this interview of Luke Daly?
No, I have not.
Okay. Kimchi, did I thank you? Thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. Hey, you two bad actors. Good to see you. The picture of them covering their faces, how do they explain that? There's a lot of weirdness. There is a lot of weirdness. I'm not going to lie. I want to see what you think about because again, I think about, have they did 2 like major search warrants and got both of them wrong? The FBI in Pima County. Now, Pima County, maybe, right? But the FBI, like I would be shocked if there's just not some sort of
probable cause. Wouldn't there be probable cause, right? So that's what I keep going back to.
Yeah. So again, Luke, he has obtained an attorney. He says that he is 1,000,000% innocent. So yeah.
Many people have believed that you are the person on the surveillance video, the abductor, the masked person. Is that you?
It's not me. I don't see the resemblance of it looking like me, but absolutely not. I have nothing to do with this case.
Nothing to do with it. Do you have any idea who is involved in the abduction?
I don't. If I did, I would happily tell FBI, police, anything. I mean,
what's your first impressions? I see your face.
I'm like, oh, rough. I'm surprised that if he has a lawyer that he talked.
Like, well, I don't think he had one this time.
Oh, you don't think he did at this time?
This time, yeah.
I went like this because when I looked at his eyes, I'm like, why does his eyes look familiar? And then I was like, oh no.
So
have you ever put his eyes like up to the other, like to the mask?
Oh, a lot of people have. But
his lips aren't as full though.
Yeah. You can tell, in my opinion, he seems very nervous.
Right. But wouldn't you be? So that's my thing. So like I definitely see the nervousness, but my thought would be that anybody would be nervous in this situation. I know I would be nervous at least.
Yeah.
And nervousness then would tell me that, I mean, that would go more in his favor than in, him being guilty, in my opinion. Like, I feel like the guy on that porch he had like a lack of anxiety, but it could, there could be many reasons why he's anxious, because I think I would be anxious too.
Right. And that's a very good point. Pointing out this guy, the way he walks up versus
Yeah.
him, he seems very anxious. This guy does not. Now, however, sometimes people aren't anxious until they get caught.
That's true
Right.
too. That is so true.
So I don't know. But he says something very
Oh, I'm
interesting.
interested. I haven't seen this.
YouTube bad actors. He just mentioned it just a second ago.
I, like everyone else, just want Nancy to come home and be safe. But that being said, I have nothing to do with this case, and that's it.
Explain to me what happened on the night you were detained, where you were, you're with your car. How did that unfold in your eyes?
So I was driving home. I noticed.
Do you remember the Range Rover that got? That's his.
Okay.
That's his.
Yes. Okay.
Two sheriff vehicles following me. They pulled me over at the Culvers right there. Asked me to get out of the car. Didn't tell me what it was about. So they had me cuffed in the back of a cop car, detained. I was asking, like, what am I being detained for? And they wouldn't tell me anything. They just said that the detectives would be there to talk to me. And once I saw like FBI and all the other cars start pulling in, I'm like, oh, this is probably about the Guthrie case. I'm like, this should be easy. Like,
okay. Now, I'm just saying, to me, this is one of the most suspicious things in the interview. Him saying, oh, this is about the Guthrie case. Listen, if I live in that town and I'm getting pulled over and I had nothing to do with it, I'm not going to think, oh, this is about the Guthrie case.
No, I would have thought that, like, did I just blow the red light?
Right, exactly.
Did I run over an animal and not realize it?
Like, is my sticker dead? Like,
yeah,
what,
right.
Like, what's going on?
Okay, so I will say this. So it was interesting because I feel like all the things that he was saying there up until that point were real. So, like, he was when people are telling the truth, they usually go from point to point to point. Like, they don't add things in. Like, he didn't say anything like, and then they pulled me over and I just felt so that, like, you usually don't say those things. And he didn't. He said they did this, then they did this, then we did it. But then he gets to that point, and that's where I was like, wait, what? Why would you say something like that? And also, I feel like, doesn't he look like he's like got that contempt look where he looks nervous, but then he doesn't look nervous. He looks confident at the same time.
Another thing that is very interesting to me is the way that he's dressed. He is, again, now he's dressed up, so that could be it. I'm trying to give both sides of the coin here. But this is Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a coat on, like this vest on.
How long after this that it happened was this? Like, was it soon enough that he could have been covering possible scratches?
Well, a lot of people wanted to see if he had tattoos on his arms. This was uploaded March 2nd. Right. So there's that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's that.
And, he's just really covered up. Really covered up. Now, that may not be, anything, but he's still on probation, from what I understand. You know what I mean? So there's that.
Do we know what he's on probation for?
Yes, rugs.
And with rugs comes money.
Yeah. Or lack of.
That's what I mean. Like a financial, right? Exactly. That's actually what I meant.
It depends on what you're doing with it.
Yes, exactly. No, exactly.
Right.
That was so Can you
There's
go
that.
back like 10 seconds and hear him say that
Absolutely,
again?
of course. But then there's some
right there.
Happened on the night you were detained, where you were, you're with your car. How did that unfold in your eyes?
So I was driving home. I noticed two sheriff vehicles following me. They pulled me over at the Culvers right there. Asked me to get out of the car. Didn't tell me what it was about. So they had me cuffed in the back of a cop car, detained. I was asking like, what am I being detained for? And they wouldn't tell me anything. They just said that the detectives would be there to talk to me. And once I saw like FBI and all the other cars start pulling in, I'm like, oh, this is probably about the Guthrie case. I'm like, this should be easy. Like, I have nothing to do with this, so it should be not a big deal to clear my name and move on. But the whole time during the questioning, didn't really seem like more of like a fishing expedition for them to try to get me to say something, because all the dates I was telling them where I was, things like that. I'm like, all you'd have to do is look at my phone and see my location. It was nowhere near anywhere or have any connection to this. But still, it was tough, like being there. Like, I mean, I don't trust the FBI to the extent that I'm like thinking that there's pressure on this case and they want to find the person. So like the whole time while I'm sitting in the back of the cop car, I'm like panicking, thinking that I'm going to be framed for this. Or
I would not be scared getting framed for it if with the FBI. I'm sorry if I got pulled over like that and they took me to the back and they said, just wait for the people, wait for the FBI and we'll talk to you. I wouldn't think, oh, this is about an 84-year-old woman that was murdered. I just wouldn't.
If anything, you would probably think that it was about rugs.
Or his probation.
Right, that's what, like something related to that. Like, why
Right.
do you think the Nancy Guthrie?
Exactly. Thank
That
you.
was so weird.
My God, electronic medium. Thank you so much. That's crazy. Wow.
That's amazing.
Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. That's incredibly generous. Thank you so very much, honey. Really, really do appreciate that. Very kind of you. I don't know what to say when people do something like that. I just like, thank you. It's so
That's
nice.
amazing. That's amazing.
That's very, very nice. Thank you again, hon. So yeah, and now he's gonna continue into this a little bit, and is that a facial piercing on his cheek? Yeah, I think that's what it is, right?
Yes, I think so.
He had just wrecked his car, by the way, and he had just gotten the Range Rover about a week after Nancy went missing.
A week after?
A week after.
So that's sus, isn't it? Not sus, but I mean,
it's interesting. It's a note that I take.
You know what else is interesting? Do you see the holes for his earrings? And you said it reminds like about having the earrings or whatever. That's what I just couldn't help myself but to think that. I'm like, oh look, he's got earring holes.
Well, and he looks so damn different in some of his pictures. Let me.
Oh, that's always interesting to me. That's like we see that with like Brian Koberger. Like there's a few people that we see that where they have it's almost like a different identity in different pictures.
Look at this. Look at this. You're going to be like, what? Are you kidding? Now, some people, this I think is a jail photo or something. That's totally different, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's totally different. But over here, you see like the little darkness right here.
But look at his
Look at his
eyes
ear and his eye.
there.
Yes.
Um,
Wow.
that and let me show you another one.
Totally different.
Check this one out. This case is very, very interesting. So interesting.
That's him.
Yep. And then take a look at this one.
What? This is crazy. What?
Take a look at this one. You're going to be like, no way.
I'm like, no way with this one. Oh, this is Luke. Oh yeah. You know what? I did a photo thing where I didn't realize that this was the same person, where I put the mask over his face type thing, and I went from the one to the other, and it like lines right up. Again, allegedly, just for entertainment purposes. I just wanted to see. And
yeah.
so does he wear contacts, or does his eyes just get dark when he's
I'll look for that, Dawn. I don't know. It could be editing here, or it could be the lighting as well.
You know how sometimes like with Koberger even too, like there were times where it looked like his eyes were dark, but we know that they were blue.
Uh-huh.
So I wonder if it's like that type of thing.
My dad was FBI for 32 years. If he's an ex-con, I would be thinking the same thing, because he obviously knew it was about the Nancy Guthrie case. So I have to disagree.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's absolutely fine. However, he says something up here that to me makes it kind of goes back to that thing of why he if he doesn't really know about this case much, I wouldn't be thinking it would be about Nancy Guthrie. Again, I would be thinking I blew a stop sign, I was speeding, my sticker was dead, or it was about my probation or whatever.
I would have thought, like, did somebody rat me out with something? Like, especially if I saw the FBI. Like, for me, I just don't know that I would have went through like the cases in the state.
Mm-hmm. It could be
I don't know,
contacts.
but I could be wrong about that. She could be right.
It could be contacts as well.
We could be contacts.
Yeah.
Oh, look, because his eyes are dark here too.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks totally different in all of these pictures.
Oh, he does. It's so bizarre to me. You know what I mean? Like,
It was so bizarre.
okay, I'm gonna play this little thing right here.
They're trying to pin this on me somehow.
Let me
First, like being there, like, I mean, I don't trust the FBI to the extent that I'm like thinking that there's pressure on this case and they want to find the person. So like the whole time while I'm sitting in the back of the cop car, I'm like panicking, thinking that I'm going to be framed for this, or they're trying to pin this on me somehow.
Did they tell you what led them to?
So
I mean, something.
to me, that's and also just because of the classes I've taken and stuff, to me, he's saying two different things there. He's saying, oh, well, I thought this was Nancy. This should be easy. But then he says,
I'm panicking.
I'm panicking because they're going to pin this on me.
That wouldn't be very easy.
Well, but they're just opposites.
Right, that's what I mean. That wouldn't be
Right.
very easy. So that's actually the opposite of. So
Right.
that's a great point.
So he's saying one thing, but also saying another, and those just don't align.
Mm.
I mean, I think some people just get, I mean, it's natural to have probably your blood pressure up when you're, around a cop and they're, whether it's a speeding ticket or they're questioning you or whatever. But if I didn't do something, I'm going to be like, what do you want, mother chicken? I'll show you it, like everything you need, because I know I didn't do it. So here you go.
What's facts?
So
That makes it so sus. I totally agree.
made them believe they needed to talk to you about it. What was that?
I asked them. They didn't tell me any information about that. And I have,
They didn't tell you anything that you needed to talk about it while you were there.
That didn't even
They're
make
going to
any.
be questioning you
Yeah, right.
and saying this question, and you're probably going to have a good idea. Where were you at this time? Why were you here or doing this at this time? Because the FBI already knows. They know before they get there. They have that probable cause, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. A lot of people are agreeing though that because it was the biggest. I mean, it could just be that in a major city where there's a lot of crime, but a lot of people are saying that it was like the biggest crime going on at the time. So maybe that they would have thought, but I just don't know that. I don't know. Like, did they take him out of his car? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, did they tell him, or was this just getting pulled over?
Well,
That
they impounded his car.
right. So when he's getting scared, like I guess it wouldn't for me. It would be when did he start thinking that this could have something to do with that case? Was it like as soon as he gets pulled over? Is it after they put him in the police car? Because if it's after they put him in the police car, then I might be thinking, what the hell's going on?
He said it was after they put him in the police car. But to me, like, I don't know. I mean, I would know that, yeah, there's a case going on in my city, right? But why the fuck are you pulling over me out of all people?
Absolutely, I get that, but
You
I could
know?
also see but I don't know, maybe he knows how the system goes, and by the time he's in the back of the cop car, he realizes that, and maybe he hasn't done anything, so he's like anything else to where, so that's why he thinks of it. I'm trying to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. It looks completely sus to me, but I'm trying to think of the other side too. But for me, it definitely, I don't think I would be thinking that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so weird to me. And that's why in this case, Dr. Vona, like I see this and there's a lot of sus things in here to me. And then I think of the probable cause and judge signing off on it, the attorney general signing off on it, Pima County, FBI. And then I think, damn, they were at Carlos, or not Carlos. Well, they were at Carlos's house. They did the same thing. They were at Tommaso and Annie's house. They kept their vehicle longer than anyone. Kept going, and that's why I'm just like,
yeah, because
direction.
they most likely were wrong about at least two, if not all three.
But do you know? I was looking up. It's less than 6% of the time that they find nothing when they get a probable cause. Less than 6%. Can all three of them be wrong?
That's what I'm saying. But what if two are? That doesn't really look good for their.
Oh, it looks bad. Looks bad. Real bad. Real bad. And if I were them, I would be pissed. You know what I mean? Like pissed.
I wonder how they got all those people to sign off on it, though.
It had to be like, this is the thing. I cannot see in my brain, I cannot see something there that made you knock someone's door down, right? Detain them, detain their brother, detain their mother, search their house left and right. Because, in a probable cause affidavit, you have to be very specific in a probable cause. Very, very specific, right? We believe this computer is in that bedroom, so we can only search the bedroom, right? Or it's got to be.
So do you think somebody fabricated information, maybe?
No, I don't think that's.
So you think it's more likely that there was something that made all three of these guys look sus at some point?
Well, I think that there had to be, in my opinion, maybe all three of them talk.
That's
Maybe
true.
they
We
know
don't
each
know.
other. Maybe
That
they
is
know
true. We
each
don't
other,
know that.
right? Um,
Now
I
that would put stuff together.
yeah. I don't know. I truly don't know. Justin, look at his tattoos and the collar of it. Yeah, I've got a picture of his arm as well. It was a tip called in. I've heard that as well, Cassie. I've heard that there was a tip called in. But to me, like, you can call the FBI and you can say, because I've called the FBI and uh, they've called me back on a couple things that I've given them information with on Summer Wells case and another case that I won't talk about right now. But because I had firsthand information on something, a recording on something. Okay, I'll just say that. And like you could call and say he was here during that time, and they'll be like, "Okay, great. Give me a receipt." Right? I need some receipts before they're going to, and then they're going to verify that.
What if it was like an anonymous tip brought in somewhere? Don't they still have to like look into that? Like, what if somebody didn't give all that information, but they just left an anonymous tip where it gave partial information? Like, would they still like,
Well, they
follow
look into everything essentially, right? They look into everything. But the thing is, after you give them that information, they have to verify that information before they can get to you.
That's true.
You get what I mean?
Hmm.
They have to verify that is legit for themselves before they are going to go get a warrant.
That would
And
be interesting if these three guys knew each other somehow.
it would be very. So I don't know. It's very confusing, but he's gonna talk right here and say some things, and it's, to me, it's again
Thought
weird.
of any type of reason why they could have come after me, but there's nothing, and I think that's why they didn't tell me.
Were you in the area of the home at the time, like the overnight, or would it have been something like, we've tracked this person near the
Well,
abduction
I
scene?
live near her house, but I mean, I didn't even know that until after the fact.
It was 1.9 miles away that he lives, 1.9 miles away, and he said he didn't know until after the fact. So there's that.
There's that.
Now, I also wonder, they were having a hard time allegedly finding a vehicle that was reported that they were, and you wouldn't have to go very far, perhaps.
Like, I barely just learned where her actual house was in relation to mine. So I didn't even know.
Had you ever met her?
No.
Did you know who she was?
I knew who she was because my mother was following the case. But in terms of other than that, I would just go off what my mother was telling me.
And so how long were you detained for?
I just want to listen to that again.
Met her?
No. So I didn't even know.
Had you ever met her?
No.
Did you know who she was?
I knew who she was because my mother was following the case. But in terms of other than that, I would just go off what my mother was telling me.
And so how long were you detained for?
Probably maybe 4 or 5 hours.
In the back of that car the whole time? And they searched your Range Rover extensively?
Yeah, they searched Range Rover. They towed my Range Rover. Did all DNA testing or whatever, and then gave it back to me. Took my cell phone. I've had no way to get a hold of anyone, which is probably a good thing because everyone's looking at me like I'm this person that I'm not. So it's been rough.
You got your car back
Yes.
in rough condition, or was it okay?
Well, when I went to pick it up, like it wouldn't start. They, I guess they drained the battery down, and it was just covered in the whatever white substance that they use for testing. But yeah, then I got it started up, and it wasn't. Luckily, it wasn't damaged in terms of like repairs or anything. But
So when they released you, what did they say? They say you're free? Did they say never mind? I mean,
Okay, Summer. Love
what
you,
was the
babe.
verbiage there from them?
they had just told me that they were still at my house, so I couldn't go home. But they drove me somewhere near the house and just dropped me off. I was like, well, I don't have a phone. How am I supposed to figure out when I can go back to the house? And they basically said, you're just gonna have to figure that out. So, I mean, I waited just where they dropped me off at for maybe an hour or so. I had a friend that lived near the area, and I walked over there. They weren't home, so I was just waiting, like basically just on their patio. And then it got to the point where I'm like, well, they should be done by now. I walked back to my house, and this was like the worst part for me, is getting there and seeing the house torn up. But the worst part was my mom not being there, and her being elderly and having AFib and things like that. I'm thinking the worst.
Now, his mom does an interview as well.
Wait, how interesting though is it that he's worried about his elderly mom? And we're talking about Nancy Guthrie case, and she's
Yep.
an elderly mom.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed is, I mean, in my opinion, it could be just the interview, people get nervous and stuff, but he's kind of flat.
Mm-hmm.
His personality is kind of flat. You don't hear a lot of emotion in his voice, in my opinion, and you don't hear sympathy, in my opinion, in his voice. Again, people are different, and I want to make that clear, but that's just my opinion on that. Like, you don't hear like, you'll hear him say like, well, we hope Nancy gets found soon and bless her family, but you don't like, oh my gosh, I really hope they find her. This is just
Which is interesting, because my initial reaction was to say that it was interesting how he said it was almost like an answer that you would expect somebody to put together to say, like that whole thing about the elderly with the mother, and it also felt like projection in a lot of ways too.
Yeah.
What an interview this is.
Yeah. Seashell, I think he's very, very nervous. And again, that can be from a lot of different things, And this is the thing. I've done this for nearly 3 years. I still get nervous up here. I mean, this guy, is in front of big cameras, big lights, people he doesn't know. So I get that. And the world's literally coming down on you like a hammer. So I get both. I truly, truly do. So I'm just telling you observations that I see and notice.
I agree with that. Good observation.
Truly understand both.
I see her car's here, but she's not there, and I don't have my phone to get a hold of her. So I'm wondering what happened, if I need to start calling hospitals or what the deal was. But luckily, I guess she went to one of the neighbors, but I didn't find that out until the next day.
Right. You were detained and released, but you've said it, your face, your name, it's everywhere online. People still believe you were either involved or did this. What's that been like for you to have your name, your picture, even a past mugshot all over the internet associated with this case?
I mean, for me, it's terrible. It's hard to go anywhere, and the hard part is they're making all these assumptions based on things that have absolutely no relevance, and they're just bringing up my past, which I do have a past, but nothing violent or anything like that. All my past has just been involved with using drugs, and I haven't been in that life for over 2 years now. So all the things that they're bringing up, yeah, I guess it's public record, but it would have came out if it wasn't for all these people speculating and doing things like that.
Yes.
So now people that had no idea about it.
Yes, they are adopted. That's a good point. Yes.
That's interesting. And, I didn't know that, but what else was interesting when you were saying about the lack of emotion? So then I'm
What?
like, all right, let me think about that. And he literally says that his mom goes to the neighbors, but he doesn't find out to the next day. So what, did you just stop looking for her? Like, you didn't call around to find out where she might
Oh,
have been?
that's a good point.
Like, that was
Like,
weird.
if
You have called
you didn't know where
everywhere.
your mother was the night that they raided your house, wouldn't you ask the police? Like,
Yeah,
where the
he's
hell's
like,
my
I found
mom?
that out the next day.
That's a good point. I never thought of that. That's good. Yes, I did notice that, how clean shaven he is. Sure did. Every other picture
That is such a good point, because in the thing you see, like a mustache or at least a goatee. So
every
that's
other picture,
interesting.
yes. Yep, sure does. Sure does.
Past. So I've done like a good job of working past it and not having anything to do with it. So them doing that now is kind of just reopening this whole speculation and make me out to look like this bad person, which I'm not.
And it's not just been you. People have found, records of
Right. I understand that they took his phone, Lori. I get that, but wouldn't you ask the police, like, what the hell did you do with my mother? Like, where the hell is she?
You would call the police. You would call the hospital. You would call your sibling. You would call. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
they took his phone, is what they're saying. They took his phone, so he couldn't have called anybody. But damn, there should have been. If his brother was there at the house, wouldn't his brother have a phone, or neighbor or something?
that would be more of a reason to knock on the neighbor's door.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of rumors swirling around. What do you want to say about those rumors, about you, about her, about everybody that people have looked at and said, well, they could do this?
Yeah, first of all, that's not my girlfriend. I barely knew that girl, and I was arrested with her on a completely different circumstance over a year ago. I haven't talked to her since, and I guess they're just going off of the arrest, saying that I was arrested with her. So, but I hardly know her and don't associate with her. But in terms of everything else, I mean, all the speculation is just going off of, I don't even know if people really believe it, but online it just seems like they're pushing this narrative and trying to make connections with things that are, I don't know, basically like circumstantial, like saying my eyelashes match the guy in the ski mask picture, which I'm sure like if you could use anyone's picture and find similarities.
1 second,
You
can
don't
I say
recognize
something?
the person on that.
Yep. Let me pause that. Go ahead. Yep.
Okay, so there's a few things here. So I noticed that as soon as she asks some question, she's questioning him about the disappearance of a woman. And he was so concerned that people that are listening know that he does not associate with that female anymore. That was just interesting to me. Like, why was that? Why was it like, well, like in other words, he's so very egocentric. A lot of this is just about him and about how he looks and about how people are going to see him, and not necessarily about like, I can't believe they busted down my mom's door and da 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 da. Like, it's more about how he's going to be perceived, which I think is very interesting.
Yeah, it's yeah, I get it. Which people are naturally, unfortunately, as human beings, generally people are more worried about themselves, but you would think, I agree with you.
Well, in this situation, you would know that there's cameras and that people are watching. So to not even be like, to fake it in that situation. Not fake it. I don't mean that. I mean, like, in other words, to be on your best behavior. Like, you would
yeah.
would be
People's only going to show you their good face with this, I've got the probable cause from his other arrest and stuff like that. His mom wrote a letter uh, to the judge for his probation, um, saying she's like ill and she needs him, and that kind of thing. When he was so he alleged, I think if I recall this correctly, he allegedly didn't show up for one of the court hearings, and that's why he got in more trouble.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Mhm.
Footage?
No, I don't. But in terms of all this, like I said, they're comparing my face to this. They're talking about my Range Rover, which I didn't even buy until after she was reported missing.
It was a new car, yeah?
Yeah.
For you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're talking about another car that was towed off my property. That car wasn't an accident, has nothing to do with this.
It has nothing to do with this. Now, I would assume that his mother bought him the Range Rover, because Range Rovers are very, very expensive. Very expensive. And they're very expensive to maintain as well.
How old is this guy? Do we know?
Oh, crap. I cannot remember.
That would just be interesting if, I mean, as far as like entitlement, if his mom.
He's 37.
Wow, okay. So he fits right in that.
37.
Interesting. It was also interesting how he was so super concerned about making sure that I mean, I guess if you're going on an interview, I'm trying to think of this both ways. If you're going on an interview, you're there to like clear yourself.
Sure.
So I'm looking at it that way, but at the same time, he does say a lot of things that don't seem to clear himself,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Yeah, I was trying to find this. Who is Luke Daly? Let's see here. It says,
Yeah, I wonder what his car. Does anybody know what his car accident was about? Like, when was that? Was it around that time? Like,
that's a good question. I actually don't know that question, and I need to find out.
that's interesting. I wonder if the car was still around. Oh yeah, didn't he say it was still in the? I think he said it was still there or something.
The insurance company came and got it and picked it up.
Oh.
He had faced drug charges and firearm related charges, and is currently awaiting trial.
Wait, what's that? He's awaiting trial?
Mm-hmm. That's what this says. Yeah.
Oh, so he would definitely have a reason to make sure that. And again, why would you would think somebody would be quiet in this situation, especially, he's been through this before as far as being arrested. So I don't know. I don't know. That's just suspicious that he's awaiting trial. Like, in other words, like, I feel like, I would like to know more about those charges. Like, where was he just caught with rugs? Was it rugs with like, a pew pew type thing? I don't know what you say on your channel, but you know what I mean? Like, so I would like to know like more about what happened there, because I wonder if that could tell us anything.
Documents on that. That's Tommaso.
So people say he has a rap sheet.
Yeah, he does. He does.
So he's a career criminal?
I don't know if I wouldn't call him that. I don't know.
He says that he would never did anything like physical or whatever, but I would also say, to make sure everybody remembers, that at least not that he got caught with yet.
Say that again?
Like he said that his arrest, he said they were all for rugs, that none of them were for anything like physical. I forget the word he used, but he meant like he hasn't done anything violent. That's the word. So they were all non-violent. But my thing is, just because he says they're non-violent could just mean that he's never gotten caught with a violent crime yet.
Of
It doesn't
course.
mean that he's
Yeah.
never done a violent
Absolutely.
crime.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to be. Yeah.
Oh, he was caught with a rifle. Oh.
I'm going to show you.
If that's
some
the case, then you could say that. I mean, that's dangerous.
He's 5'8", and the let me see here. I'm trying to upload this right there. 160 pounds at that time. 5'8". It says now. It's the person in the video, the FBI says, is between, I think, 5'9" and 5'10".
Yes, yep. If that's I mean, it's around the same. You could be off by an inch. It's not like that's
Right.
off by a
But
foot.
that's kind of an average height for a man as well, you know. And then let me show you this right here. This is him standing up during the interview.
Do we have a side by side?
I don't. I can make one like
of like him or not. Well, him and then whoever the person is on the front porch.
Yeah, I'll do
like
that.
where the other day where you could see more of their body without that backpack.
Yeah. Here, I can upload this.
So interesting. That is an interesting outfit.
To me, it just is. That's a lot. You know what I mean? Like, but you know, maybe he wanted to show up.
Yeah, right. Maybe that's his. I don't know, his going out outfit.
Maybe. I've got some more. How do I save this?
I wonder if, like, recently, if he has his eyebrows more, like, if his eyebrows look different. Like, you could definitely tell he's, like, all clean shaven here, and it does look like he's trying to cover his arms for whatever reason.
Well, he definitely
Even his
dyes
neck.
his hair at some point, right? I mean, he's definitely dyed his hair. He's definitely dyed his hair, right? I mean,
that's interesting.
Because you see it was really dark in that one. Okay. I'm almost done. Let's see here. Oh, crap. Maybe, let me try this. Actually, I think it's on the FBI website.
Yeah, that facial stud on his cheek is something else.
The what?
The facial stud. That is,
Yeah.
that looked like it hurt. I don't know. I couldn't imagine like changing it.
It'd be hard to heal, you'd think, wouldn't it?
Ugh. I get like the chills thinking about it.
To me, it'd be very hard to heal, you would think. Okay, here we go. Where is it? No, sorry, I'm trying to find it. It's just not.
You're good. You're good. True says that his lips could look fuller when he has facial hair. So, because remember I said like his lips didn't look as full here, but it could just be the facial hair. It could also be making it.
Here it seems like he has almost no upper lip.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And like, in the ones that we were looking at, it looked like his lips were nice and plump. Yeah. Not him, like whoever the person was.
This is so weird. I don't know what the hell's wrong with my computer. Like, I don't know why it's not. I'm trying to do this. Let me see if okay, there we go. I got it. Perfecto. All right, here is a kind of a side by side.
Oh, Neva makes a good point. Neva says, could dyeing his hair, like if you lighten your hair, could somebody be worried, allegedly, that maybe they would get a follicle test at some point? Like, could lightening your hair, like bleaching it, could somebody, whether it works or not, I'm not sure, but maybe somebody might, remember when Britney Spears cut her hair off?
Oh yeah,
Like something like that, I think. So
poor thing, she's in rehab.
oh my gosh.
Bless her. I'm glad her son's helping her out finally.
Thank God.
Yeah. Here we go. Let me take this down.
Oh, wow. Oh.
To me, Luke looks more plump, but it could be just.
Okay, this is another thing. You know how you said about his outfit or whatever? Could it be that he's wearing thick things on top of each other on purpose? It almost looks like he's having a hard time buttoning that button there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, like,
that is.
Could he have like tried to bulk up?
Maybe, but to me, it looks like the guy in the at the porch has got multiple layers on too.
Yeah. Look at his hand. Look at the right hand on both and the left hand. Look at both of them right there.
What's Meg's, Sherry?
Wow. Look at the way he holds his hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then look at the guy in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so interesting because in both pictures, the person's grabbing something with their left hand.
Mm-hmm. But look at their face. Look at their face.
Oh, do you have that one picture that you showed, the one where I recognize them? If you put that picture over top of or underneath of, whichever way you want to do it, the masked one, it literally is almost matches up perfectly. It's
the masked one.
So, like, if you, like right here, like where he's wearing, like any of the masked ones, but if you look at the picture, the one, do you know what picture I'm talking about? The one with the blue eyes? That picture, if you get any like masked, like, you know,
that one.
Any still of him in like a similar direction, and you put the faces on top of each other and you like make one disappear over the other. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go let the dog in. 1 sec, you guys.
You're good. You're good. I'm trying to do it. Tina Davis, thank you so much. 18 months. Lovely. Appreciate you very, very much. Where's saving it at? Where is this saving it at? Okay. Screen.
I'm back.
That was quick.
Yes, it's right there. Everybody on my channel knows Thor. He like has to have his way.
Oh, okay. Let me do it right here. Pictures. Save. Yes. Okay. You talking about this one right here?
Yes, and then if you get one of like the mask, like if you look, there's like a bunch of pictures of the person on the porch with the mask, and you could get one that like looks in that same direction.
Yeah.
It's like
there's somebody that has done that.
I feel like I have, but I don't remember if I ever posted it. Let me see.
He's been in there before, but yeah, it's weird. I'll work on that for sure.
Yes.
So here's another thing. There is this world-renowned sketch artist, and she did a sketch before Luke or any of them was.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Tina Davis. Before they were ever even. And she said, this is the sketch that she drew, that she said the guy looks like. And then that is
Okay.
Luke right beside it.
Let's see. Oh.
Do you see that?
Oh. Look at right here, like the hair right there. That's interesting. Look at the ears. Look at the hair. Oh my gosh. Look at that like piece of hair in the front.
Mhm. Mhm. And
That
she
is
did
so
this.
interesting.
She did this based upon these pictures. That's what she did. Like she I can't remember her name. She is like world renowned. Like freaking
Wow. Wow. That's unbelievable.
I don't know.
Right? Like look at the nose, everything.
I don't
I mean
know.
the face is a little, thicker, but
It kind of it's a ballpark and what
it's so interesting.
Mhm.
I found my video where I go from one to the other. I'm trying to open it up.
Oh, you're good. You're
But
good.
it's so
What's that? Well, he's thinner and younger there. Well, but
It wasn't told in relation to this
I
case.
hold on. What did you say?
found
They're talking.
Oh, you're breaking
the
up.
video where I go from one.
Sorry, you're breaking up. Is she breaking up for y'all? Or is it just me? Luke has the long torso, short legs, plus he's going to great lengths to cover any identifying markers like tattoos in the interview. He's dressed like that on a 93-degree day. She's breaking up. Okay. Let me text her.
It's all right. I got it. I could hear you guys. It was just breaking up for a second. I think it's okay now.
Okay. Oh, I think you're...
If not, just give me 1 second. I'll fix it.
There you go. You're good now. You're good now.
1 sec.
Okay.
Okay.
He looks heavier here. He does. Yeah, he does look heavier there. I keep hearing like a small motor fan or something blowing. It's my air, probably. It's probably my air.
No, I think it was mine. It should stop in 1 second.
I'm pretty sure it's mine. I'm almost certain it is. That should have calmed it down. I know it was mine. Probably weight changes due to rugs.
It's on my live. I mean, not my live. Oh my gosh, my page. So can somebody throw my page link in there so you could just click on it or whatever? But this short's on my page now where I go from one to the other.
Oh,
and
okay.
it's like,
I can go to it. I can go to it.
Or yeah, there you go.
Oh, I found it. I got it right here.
You see it?
Yep. That's the first.
It's so interesting. The eyes are a little bit off there, but I also didn't play with it very long. But it's pretty.
It's interesting.
Isn't it?
Look at how his lip sagging on the right side.
Oh yeah, the lips literally match up perfectly, in my opinion.
Wow. There's a lot of similarity.
And then I do it in like slow motion, the show. And I just think if I tilted his head more a little bit this way, the eyes would have been perfect. like I played with it for a minute, but I think it was like really close. It was closer than I would have liked if that were me.
Mm,
Like I would not like this. If that were me, I'd be like, oh no, this does not make me look good.
mm-hmm. I agree. That's equally.
It's eerie, right?
Yeah, it really is. It really is. It's crazy. Thank you, Lori, man. Great show. Thank you so much, my darling. Appreciate you very, very much. Thank you. Very kind of you, my love. Thank you so much, Miss Lori.
Great.
Even the ratio of the ears and eyes match, someone said, or Chewy.
I agree. In my opinion, allegedly.
Yeah.
All the things.
Which I'm sure, like, if you could use anyone's picture and find similarities.
How weird is it that we just how weird is it we just push play and he just said that you can find anybody's picture and find similarities? I don't know about anybody's picture, but
That is interesting. Good pickup.
You don't recognize the person on that in that footage?
No, I don't.
He's not looking.
But in terms of all this, like I said, they're comparing my face to this. They're talking about my Range Rover, which I didn't even buy until after she was reported missing.
It was a new car, yeah, for you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're talking about another car that was towed off my property. That car wasn't an accident, has nothing to do with it.
Again, some people might say I'm being a little picky, but I just pick up on these things. I noticed how he said she after she went missing, not Nancy went missing. It's harder for people to say their names and bring it to light than it is. It's easier to pass them off as.
Right, it like distances themselves.
Yes,
that is true.
Very much so. Yeah. Some people might say I'm being picky, and you're right, but that's what I'm here for, is to be picky on these things, to point out
100%.
everything I notice.
100%.
It wasn't told in relation to this case. It was being told by the insurance company to assume if it was totaled or not. So
in relationship to this case, well, you're not connected in any way, right?
That had nothing to do with the case. There's no evidence to point towards me other than speculation.
You really have no idea what led them to you in this case?
Absolutely not.
Still a mystery to you?
Yes, and I would love to find out.
Were you dealing mostly with sheriff's deputies or FBI agents when you were detained?
When I was detained by the sheriffs, but in terms of all the questioning was done by the FBI.
What would you like to say to both PCSD and the FBI?
Basically what I told them before, if there's anything, I'm happy to help. If there actually was something real that I could help them with, but like I said, they have my phone. They went through my phone. So, I mean, if it was anything real, they could look through that and hope clear my name.
Your phone does not clear you. Let's just be real. That's not the only thing that clears you. But I also understand not everybody's into true crime. But
no, but allegedly a lot of rug people have more than one phone too.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So this is just the phone that he had on him at the time and gave over.
I wish he would have said, "Do you have any tattoos?" I've been waiting to see if anyone else thought Luke was porch guy. I mean, listen, I would be, again, I don't know who did this to Nancy, but what I will say is I would be gobsmacked if the FBI got it wrong twice.
Or 3 times possibly.
Yeah. 1.9 miles away he lives.
But in terms of the collateral damages, this being part of it, there's not really any type of way. There's no going back from this.
For your whole family too. I mean, your mom has had to go through this too. As a family, how has this made you guys feel collectively together to kind of be in this public shock, this public scrutiny?
it all just seems like a nightmare. I mean, it doesn't seem real, and it's just been we're all just it's been it's just been a nightmare. Um, I know my mom. She has like problem with stress, and like she was doing good before this. After this, she's been a lot more stressed. Um it's been hard. I'll let her speak to how it's affected her, but I mean, in terms of collectively as a family, it's been a nightmare.
What's your message for Nancy Guthrie's family?
I mean, I like everyone else. I want to see her come home. I want the actual suspect to be found. I think it's really unfair to them to give them false hope by going off whatever they went off to have this huge investigation and raid happen. To me, it's like giving them false hope that they had a suspect and then it was nothing. And I'm not the first person either, so I think it's wrong in that sense.
This is your first interview since you've been detained. What's your hope in putting your voice out there now that people will get from this interview?
I mean, for my personal interest, I would just say just not to go off speculation of everything you hear on the internet and kind of like the hive mind mentality that someone says something and then they just go off of it based on no evidence, no truth.
What does he mean someone said something?
In terms of like moving forward,
I think he means like the public that, or creators saying something.
Yeah, but nobody said anything until he was already, like, it wasn't like people just said like, oh, look at this guy. And then
the police brought him, the police is the one that detained him.
Right, but he's making it sound like other people made him look like he did something, but that's not true because we wouldn't have known who you were if the police didn't look at you. So that doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And he also said so that they could get the real suspect, which makes me think that in his head, he sees himself as a suspect.
That's a very good point.
Like the real suspect as opposed to...
Very good point. Very, very good point. Yes. Has he ever been to Nancy's house? He says no. He said he never even knew who Nancy was until his mom kind of mentioned this case to him. But, if his mom just mentioned this case to him in passing, like he's saying, like, my mom kind of mentioned this case to me. Again, when I got pulled over, I wouldn't think, oh, this is because of the Nancy Guthrie case.
No, especially if you're saying it that way too. Like you just said, like my mom like kind of brought it up to me. So it wasn't like he said, every time I have the TV on, it's on the TV and that's all I'm hearing now. He makes it sound like you said before, there's a mix match, right? So he makes it sound like on one hand, it's like no big deal. He just heard it here and there. And then on the other hand, he's like, this is the biggest case. Of course, I'm going to think that it had to do with me. So that's the mix up again, that mix match again, like you were saying.
Exactly. He's giving two different things. My opinion, I really wonder if, I believe the FBI went in there because they were looking for something. Doesn't mean he had it or anything, but another thing is perhaps to get his DNA. A warrant for his DNA so they could test it.
Didn't they have it from him being arrested already or no?
Perhaps you would think.
And you were saying about the tattoos, the one picture you showed of him, you could see tattoos on his arm. I'm almost positive.
Yes.
So, but what does that say? Do we know if the other person had tattoos?
The other person did have tattoos on his arms, I think. Carlos did. Yeah.
No, I mean, do we know if the porch guy or anything had tattoos? Like,
it looks like it. A lot of people, it looks like it.
I was going to say, what's the relevance to the tattoo? That makes sense. Okay. I feel like he has it on his wrist too. If you look at the photos that you like put up.
He does. He does,
right?
I've got a picture of it somewhere. I don't know where it's at.
I think it was the one where it looked like his curly hair or something. I can't believe that was even him.
Yeah, it's in I've got a picture of him like in the pool.
Oh, there you go. That too. But I know it was in one of the 4 that you were showing me when you were showing me how different he looked.
Yeah.
I still keep looking at his earring holes.
He's very
But I just
interesting.
want to be cleared, have actual verification that I was cleared by the FBI and sheriff, whoever else.
Have they officially cleared you?
I don't date. This is just going off what I've heard, but I guess I've been cleared, but they don't close any case, I guess, because it's still ongoing. But I mean, I know personally there's nothing else that they're gonna come
That's mixed
across
match.
that points towards me. So
Unequivocally.
Well, yeah, he said this should be cleared fast.
Yeah, and it was mixed matched right there too, because he said, oh my God, I just had an ADD moment. Whatever he just said in that last thing, he says like 2 totally different things.
Hold on.
this is just going off what I've heard, but
Officially cleared you?
I don't date.
Oh, right here.
This is just going off what I've heard, but I guess I've been cleared, but they don't close any case, I guess.
I've been
I've been
cleared,
cleared,
but they
but
don't
they don't.
close anything.
Yeah.
So that means you haven't been cleared.
You're clear or you're not. It's just simple. You know?
Because it's still ongoing, but I mean, I know personally there's nothing else that they're gonna come across that points towards me. So
Unequivocally, you are not the person. You are not involved. in
absolutely
this.
100%.
Is there
Wait,
anything else
hold
you
on
wanna
real
clear up
quick.
that people
The entire interview, he does this. The whole interview, the first time I've seen him shake his head yes was just right now. Did anybody notice that?
I did not.
They don't close any case, I guess.
Watch, see,
It's
he's
still
doing that the whole
ongoing,
time.
but
Now watch us.
I mean,
After
I know
she asks the
personally
question.
there's nothing else that they're gonna
Look, he's shaking it
come
now.
across that points towards me. So
Unequivocally, you are not the person. You are not involved. in this.
absolutely 100%.
Is there anything else you want to clear
He's
up
nodding.
that
He
people
went
may have said, that
absolutely
you've seen,
100%.
Yeah.
that you feel that you have the opportunity now to address?
Nothing particular is coming to mind right now.
He shakes his head no the whole
obviously,
time he
I'm
talks.
The
nervous.
entire
This is,
time.
like I said, my first interview.
I just noticed that.
The
and
entire time. The
I mean,
whole
I'm not
interview.
trying
Yeah.
to get any more attention from this. I just want to put it out there for me that I had nothing to do with this, and I'm hoping that the truth will come out.
It's the only time I saw him shake
Whatever
his
that
head
may
yes.
be, I have no idea.
I appreciate your time. Chris, do you have anything that you want Luke to address or add? Luke, is there anything else that I didn't ask you that you want to address or talk about while you're here? Just want to make sure that you get your opportunity to say anything you want to.
I just want to say again that I hope that she's safe. I hope they
That's
find
a good
her,
answer.
and I just want to move on with my life and not have any. I mean, it's been hard. Like, I can't go anywhere. Everyone gives me dirty looks, and they see me in my car. Like, I would assume that they, like, I don't know, people are just think I'm like this person, and it's been hard, like, leaving, going anywhere, doing anything. So I'd like to be able to go about my life and not have this shadow of doubt casted over me.
This is his mother.
Luke is your son?
Yes.
This is his mother right here. Do you want to watch it?
I don't care.
You got time?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. It's not as long.
You were Nancy Guthrie's neighbor, pretty close by.
I didn't realize that.
You didn't know that?
No.
So did you not know?
And let me just say, I think this is just my opinion of his mother. I think she seems like a very lovely woman, but I think she would be manipulated easy. I think he could pull the wool over her. Like,
Well, if also didn't
they're
someone
just the
say
personalities. You know what I mean?
yes, didn't someone say that the boys are adopted too? So think about that. These are, when somebody's adopting kids, they really want those kids, right? So she was, for whatever reason, she didn't have, I don't know if she couldn't have kids or whatever, but she adopts these 2 kids. And a lot of times you'll see that it's like like a lot of times adopted kids will feel like they weren't wanted, but then sometimes they'll feel like they were definitely wanted because it was
Mhm.
like, I want an adopted kid. You have to go through a lot to get an adoption to go through.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering if any part of this subconsciously plays off of things like guilt or, hoping that everything would be okay. I don't know. This is
Mhm.
interesting. I'm interested
I
to
knew
see.
it after this, everything happened. But otherwise, who'd heard of her?
You
Who'd
hadn't
heard
met
of
her?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay. So you hear that she
She's now. This is the thing that's interesting to me. She just said that she never met her, but there is, from what I understand, she said she's met Nancy in a grocery store before, and said
Oh,
hi.
that would be inconsistent.
I don't.
is abducted. She goes missing. And I assume your first
Does anyone
thought when you
remember
hear
that?
this is, oh my gosh, somebody, I mean, this is crazy
like
and it's nearby. Were you following the story, following the case?
Totally. At that point, to see if they could ever find her, And, Savannah grew up in Arizona and, her family. And we watch her on TV. So it's sort of like, she comes into our living room and tells us what's going on. So it's very emotional for me. I mean, I'm old and I'm not used to this kind of stuff at all, but I have a lot of empathy and pray. I don't have a lot of hope but that the family continues on and it's, huge loss for all of us, actually.
Oh, it completely affects the community, a community you're part of. So when you first start hearing about it, I imagine there's a lot of upset and fear, concern.
Yes. And they were searching, I live on this street, and then they were searching a street a little closer and a little farther out, and, it's just weird to have these people and people standing in front of my house wanting to talk, mostly news people wanting to.
Yeah, I mean, the media don't.
I didn't talk to those people at all. We just.
So tell me what happened when this all
Wait, real
ends
quick.
up at your home.
Yep.
That was interesting because she's asking her about this, and she pretty much was saying, like, think about, I don't know why I keep going back to the BK case, Brian Koberger, but think about when they asked those people about, like, how did they feel about this happening around? And everybody was like, we were so scared. We wanted to get out of there. We didn't know if they were going to come get us next. Instead, she says that they were looking pretty much for the suspect in her street and then the street out.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little weird.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Jules just said that was a strange way to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Home ends up becoming part of this story.
Yeah, well, people were coming to the door and I wasn't necessarily answering it. They might not have even had a camera or anything. And then this one, late afternoon when they came in the big SWAT vehicles, pulled into my driveway and said they wanted to, they wanted to see anything that could link anything. I said, well, yeah, go ahead. I mean,
that could link anything.
So
that was an interesting way to say that.
Yep.
And I was in the SWAT vehicle and they went through my house and
Is
went
she?
through everything and tore everything, broke my, if the door was locked, they would break it open to go see what was in there. There really wasn't anything in there, but it was pretty upsetting.
Well, and it's one thing to come to you and say, do you have any video or anything like that? It's another to detain you and search your house with a search warrant. Did they tell you why?
I guess I assumed, because I lived close by or something, but I just said I'd do.
Well, there's a lot of people that lives close by. That's not good enough of a reason.
No, and also one thing that somebody wrote in chat that I thought was so interesting. Somebody said that Dr. Gary said when they were giving like a profile type thing, I didn't see it, but they said that he said that this guy's probably a mooch. And if that's the case, this guy's right. He's 37. He lives with his mom. We think maybe she could have helped him buy the car.
I agree with Dr. Gary on that. I think this guy is at the door. I think he is a mooch.
So would that be the same thing? Like I said that I think that this person has entitlement. Would that be the same thing or no?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you are a mooch, that is an entitlement, right? Like
Yeah, I guess that. Okay, because that's what I thought. I thought it was like an entitlement thing, but I guess mooch is another way to say that.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Anything if we could find some clues that might help, but I don't think there's going to be anything in here, but go ahead and look. I mean, I didn't say you can't look. I didn't even think. It was kind of, late in the day. I'm so sorry. I'll turn that off. I get a lot of phone calls now, a lot of messages from people. How are you doing, Mary? So, yeah, and then I just decided I was much better off going to Phoenix to be with Matt and the grandkids and his wife and everything.
So when they detained you, did you know that this was related to also them investigating Luke?
No.
You had no idea?
No, I wasn't thinking this was about Luke. I found out it was also about Luke, but initially, no, I was thinking it was all about Nancy Guthrie and finding her and whatnot. So, because I was thinking, I don't even think Luke probably ever watched the news and even saw Savannah on the news. I mean, I did.
Right. So when did you learn that, your detainment was related to Luke's detainment in this case?
That's so confusing.
When?
What do you mean?
She says she doesn't think it had anything to do with her son. She thought it had to do with Nancy, but why would they be at her house looking for Nancy? Like, what?
Yeah,
what
I agree. She's like, because we live close. Well, there's a million houses close.
Yeah, like, would she think? Like, was she?
Is any other coming up in a squad car? The SWATs rather. I doubt it. No. I don't know.
I'm not exactly sure when, because honestly, during this time, I was really emotional, and there were lots of information coming in, and so I don't remember exactly the time.
Me too.
But I know that in retrospect, I know all this stuff that it did, but initially I didn't think of it being Luke as part of this, because I knew it wasn't something that Luke would be involved in any way, and he wasn't. So.
How do you know? How do you know what your son? I mean, respectfully, ma'am, I think she's a good woman. I really do. But I swear, I think she buys him hook, line, and sinker. I really do. I just feel like she's that personality, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And like you said, that doesn't mean she's not a good person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think she's a very good person. I mean, to adopt 2 kids and raise, and all of that, I think you're an amazing person.
And Dawn makes a point. Parents don't usually, they think that they know their kids, right? You think you know your kids until what? Until you don't, right? So. Well,
yes, kids are different.
He's a grown kid.
Yeah, he's a man, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And when you learned that, was there any thought could he have been involved?
No, I didn't think he ever could have been involved. Not at all. No.
So you and Luke were not involved in anything in this case.
Right, except seeing it on TV and acting and some of the consequences of, we want to search this. And I'm like, okay, if it helps find, because this was early on, we thought differently about.
Did they take anything specific from your home?
Did they take anything? I can't think of anything they took.
I'm sorry. They give you a fucking inventory sheet. They give you an inventory sheet of every single thing they take.
Is that contempt right there? The one side of her face, she's like.
She goes, did they take anything? She asked the question again to herself.
Which gives you more time to answer.
Yes. To me, that's weird. I got to be honest, guys. Again, I think that's very weird. They give you an inventory sheet of everything that they take. with the serial number on it if it has a serial number on it.
Good point, Dawn. Dawn said, didn't they take the phones in the vehicle?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she had to know that.
I think she just didn't want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that again.
From your home.
Did they take anything? I can't think of anything they took. You know, I can't think of anything.
And did they eventually?
She reminds me of one of my aunts. She's just always like, my word, oh man, you know, ooh, this little personality, you know. Eh.
God bless their soul.
Yeah. Just, I mean, respectfully kind of an airhead. I'm sorry. I'm an airhead. That's the way I feel.
I might think of something later.
That's
I hate to say
fine.
it, but
Yeah.
you know.
Did they eventually tell you that they were searching your home in relation to this case? Or did you this whole time think they're just looking to see if I have any surveillance video or anything like that? Like, where did that shift happen?
They didn't give me a lot of information, but I just assumed, you know, and I said, well, if it's not, like I said, if it's not something that might help us find her, then.
But I have such a problem with this. She keeps going back to this. Why would I have anything to help find Nancy inside my home? Why?
You wouldn't.
You know what I mean? I don't understand this. She keeps saying this. Well, yeah, if it just will help find Nancy. If you, yeah, come on in. I'll unlock the doors for you. If it'll help find Nancy, sure.
Yeah, that
Why
just
would
mean,
I
like,
have
what did she
anything-
think? Like, she's just like roaming around in the house or something? Because she said, I didn't think it had anything to do with my son. I think it had to do with them trying to find Nancy. Like you said, why would she be in the house, or why would something of hers be in your house?
Right. If you've never met her in your life, have nothing to do with it, why?
I don't know.
I don't know. How in the heck does she forget what they took? A big car? Yeah. You know that they took stuff out of that house. If the FBI goes in there, they're bringing shit out. I promise you that. They're bringing stuff out in bags.
Go for it if you think there's anything in here, but I don't think there is. So, yeah.
Did you ever suspect that Luke might know who was involved?
No,
Not at all.
no. Mm-mm.
So you guys were basically both detained for hours. You were questioned, your property gone through, and then released, but with not a lot of explanation as to why.
Oh, well, I guess they just said they could do, you know, I didn't want to stop if it might be helpful, but I had no idea when.
There she goes
I thought
again.
they'd maybe come in and look around for an hour or something, poke around and, you know.
So you have not been back at your home since staying there.
Oh, wow.
Since this.
I just got back.
What's that like?
It's really good to be back here. I was up in Phoenix with my kids and grandkids, which is wonderful. But, you know, we built our home and lived there a long time. And Matt's grown up in it. Luke's grown up in it. They're, you know, so it's, you know, it's home. So I love being there.
Oh, was that
To be
someone in the
back, and it's
background?
nice to know that Luke's there. And
What's that?
Did someone in the background just say it's home? They was like giving her the answer. Listen to that.
they're, you know, so it's, you know, it's home. So
Yep. They sure did. I
So
never
who's
noticed
sitting
that.
there? So who's sitting there, and does it affect the way that she answers things?
Yeah. If that's
Someone
I
clearly was
never
just trying
noticed
to help
that.
her answer that.
You know, sometimes people will not give an authentic interview if someone's in front of them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, could whoever that is be affecting the way that she's answering questions? Like, could that have been why she didn't remember if they took anything out of the house because somebody's sitting there looking at her and she didn't know how to answer that question?
Very good point. Very good point.
That's what I'm getting here.
And Matt's grown up in it, Luke's grown up in it. They're, so it's, it's home. So
It's a
I
guy.
love being there. I'm glad to be back, and it's nice to know that Luke's there and, with me.
I mean, in the days since you guys were detained, it's not been an easy road for any of you. Luke especially. I mean, people still believe
Wait
he
a
is the
second.
person on the video camera.
Hold on. They did this the same day because she's wearing the same clothes
Yes, she
as
is.
Luke. So Luke's got to be there behind her,
Sitting
in my
there.
opinion.
Which could also be, think about when we listen to Luke, right? The parts that he does talk about his mom, and he says, like, I felt most whatever concerned because my mom. Could that have just been that he was bringing up his mom because she was sitting right there and he saw her? And
Yep.
I mean, could she even been like, don't forget me? Like, who knows? You know what I mean? Wow.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
They still believe he's the person who abducted Nancy Guthrie. Or any of you, Luke especially. I mean, people still believe he is the person on the video camera. They still believe he's the person who abducted Nancy Guthrie. His face is out there. His name, your name, has been out there. How, as a family, have you emotionally dealt with that, even though you've been released?
Well, things will just pop up, and I'll just feel a lot more like even sitting here talking about it. It is very emotional. And part of me just wants to say goodbye to all this chapter. So hopefully this interview will help kind of have some closure for me and for everybody else who's felt the impact, because this has been huge impact, not just here. I mean, all the family from Rhode Island called right away and said, wow, look what's happening. I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't really do Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff. I'm not the right demographic. I don't spend my time doing that,
But Luke's on it.
What does that mean?
He is younger, and that is
Yeah,
part of him, and he's had to see his face out there.
that's
What's that?
really a shame.
What the hell did that mean? She's like, I'm not the right demographic for TikTok and Instagram. It was just funny the way she said it. She was like, but also, there was a few things here. Wow.
Did the FBI ever search Luke's broken vehicle? I don't know. It was sent to the insurance, I think. I'm not the right demographic.
That was just weird the way she did it.
I've got his legal papers I just pulled up too. I'll show you.
But I was shocked about all of that. That was an education for me in terms of a way of communicating and things people like to do, like younger people, not older people like me.
Yeah. What do you say to people who have also brought up Luke's past and kind of associated, oh, well, he's had a past with criminal activity, therefore this could be a part of this? What do you say to those people?
Well, I don't know. They don't really ask me that. My friends, I mean, I have a really good group of friends here in Tucson. And
Well, what do you have to say about it? How about that?
They never really questioned me about that stuff. And
She's so worried about how
if
other
they
people.
thought they thought it, they didn't, come up and say, well,
So I'll just say they live in a really nice home. Really nice home. And she lives like right next to who's the next door neighbor, Chad? Is he a doctor, a surgeon, or a councilman? Something. I can't remember what the hell he was. She's trying to portray like she's much older than she is.
It's interesting how they were asking her questions about the case, and she's like, even my family from Rhode Island was calling type stuff.
Yeah.
So it's about that look again. Like, what does this look like? Like, they're going to think it's my son, and it's not my son. He couldn't do that. They said she's a counselor or a psychologist. That would be interesting too. So think about that, right? If you're, I mean, touch wood, God forbid, but if like my daughter turned out to be this horrible thing or whatever, that might make me specifically, I mean, any parent might, think like, what did I do? Did I do something? Da da da. Like, did I not do that? But especially someone, that studies psychology, or in her case is a counselor, I would feel like you might be even
Blame
harder on
yourself.
yourself, if you will, because
Yeah.
it's almost like, shouldn't I have known better? Like, I teach child development and developmental psych, so it's like I might think to myself, like, how did I not see that?
Right.
So maybe she's just in denial really bad.
That's that's the way I feel it is. I feel like she cannot see it when it comes to her kids.
No.
And just
No.
because, just because like you're in psychology, it doesn't mean like sometimes you don't look at it in a psychological way either. You look at it more in an emotional, parental way.
So it's interesting you say that, because you're absolutely right. It's much easier for us to give advice to somebody else, or to, see something when it's somebody else, and less likely to see it in ourselves. So that is actually true. And I usually would say, that's very true.
I have 2 psychologists in my family.
Mhm. There you go. Lucky you.
I can tell you that they cannot. It's harder for them to, it's easier to give advice than it is to take
It
advice.
really is. It so is.
You can be trained in something, like I always say, it's like doctors. They can tell you not to smoke, but they'll be out on break smoking.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It just is what it is.
I always say
So-
we don't like in other people what we don't like about ourselves.
That's so true. That's so true.
Oh, could he have done this? And I thought they thought it. They didn't, come up and say, well, could he have done this? And they didn't. Probably out of respect. Sure. Because they don't know, and I didn't know what all was going on sometimes. But I knew this wasn't. I mean, Luke's had other issues, but this is not the kind of thing that he had a problem with.
What's that?
She can't get a full sentence out.
Yeah. I wonder if she's drugged or something. Like it's like she's got memory problem, like health.
It
I
could
don't
just
know.
be her demeanor too. It could be like her cultural.
Mm-hmm.
It could be anything actually, but it's the fact that it's happening.
Yeah.
And he's doing well now, and we're all kind of in the recovery mode, if you know what I mean, trying to get our lives back and get back to normal again and all that stuff.
For your family, it's been tough. For the Guthrie family, it's been tough. I mean, what is your thought process trying to relate to the Guthries themselves going through this, but in the most awful way, in that they've lost Nancy and there's still no answers?
Really, mostly I pray. Yeah.
And they've asked for prayers.
They've asked for prayers. And sometimes I can listen to Savannah's, she comes on and talks often. You guys all know that probably. And I've watched a little bit, but I can't watch too much because it just makes me want to cry. It's just so sad. And the longer it goes on, then the more hope is lost,
For you guys in this neighborhood, it's very tight knit. It's a beautiful neighborhood. It's quiet. It's quaint. To have this kind of onslaught, the media spectacle, and then to become where you are, does that change your perception of how safe home feels?
Well, I feel safe in my home now. I didn't for a while. That's why I went to Phoenix. I have wonderful neighbors. They live right next door, and we're in this little cul-de-sac together. And that's where the SWAT team came up the cul-de-sac and stuff. But I mean, I stayed with them some of the time. A couple nights I stayed over at David and Margaret's house because I was uncomfortable, So yeah, I just never thought in my life I would.
I mean, something. We were talking about how she may not answer correctly in front of Luke or whatever because he's there. It seems like same day. You don't know, and this is speculating, but you don't know how he is to her behind closed doors.
1,000%. And not only that, how weird is it that you live with your son, right? So what makes you feel more safe with your neighbor than with your son? Like, why
Well,
wouldn't he make you
she
feel
went to
safe?
Phoenix with her, I guess.
Right. So
other-
why doesn't this son, like she said, like there were nights where she slept at her neighbor's house because she didn't feel safe at her house. I would have loved if they would have asked her, why didn't you feel safe there if Luke
Right.
was there?
I mean, she has 2 boys living at home.
Oh, 2 of them are?
Yeah, her other son lives there too. Luke's brother.
Why did she feel more comfortable in the neighbor's house?
She had 2 strong, grown-ass men there. Why didn't she feel safe? They were there.
Oh,
Where were they? Like, he doesn't live there, Ratui? The other son is married? Well, okay, who was the other guy that they took out of the house? Because there was 2 at the house and Luke.
Were they friends of Luke?
I don't know.
Because she said she was staying with her kid, her child and her grandkids. So I don't know if she has more than 2 kids, but if she only has 2, then I would assume that the one lives where she went for a while and that she lives with her son here, which is just really interesting that she doesn't feel safe there.
That's the thing. They said
And
that
she didn't feel the need. Why wouldn't she leave a note or tell her son where she was going to be? Remember when he said he didn't know where she was?
Remember, yeah, she said she went to stay with her other son. That's true, but I don't know why, because it was reported that there was 2 people in the house and that they had detained, and then they had detained Luke at in the Range Rover.
So think about that. If that wasn't her kids or whatever, then that might have been his friends. And then, could she have been living in fear, allegedly? Just, in other words, why? I still don't want to know, why didn't she go home or why didn't she leave a note even to tell him where he's going to be? And then think of that. Think about if your kids are out of the house and their friends are still over. Sometimes that's cool, but are they like what's going on here? Is he does he run the house? I don't know. They're just questions I would ask.
Well, yeah, I mean, it seems like, we were talking about the moocher thing, and it sounds like the other kid is on his own, has a family, is successful, and then you have Luke, who's allegedly pending trial.
Yeah.
On, I think he's on, or definitely on probation or parole. And so it just makes me wonder, does he run the household? Is that why
that's what I was just thinking, right?
Is that why she's acting a little strange here? Not answering questions?
Especially the one, like you said, where she has a printout of what they took, and not for nothing, you had to have remembered that they took the car, even if she didn't remember that they took his cell phone. So I feel like knowing now when we heard his voice in the background that someone's there watching her do this just makes me look at this whole interview in a different light.
Same. 1,000%.
I wonder if there's coercive control here. You know what I mean? Or just having that vibe in the background.
Well, sometimes you'll have these kids, they overstep their parents, and they run the household, and the mom or the parent don't want to deal with them later, so they just say nothing to trigger them.
Entitlement, absolutely. That's how entitlement occurs, right?
Bingo. Might have bought him a Range Rover just to shut him the hell up, not to deal with him. You know what I mean? It gets that bad. It really does. Thank you for doing this, because this has been...
Oh, please. Thank you for having me.
This is almost done with this, but it's just, you've just opened my eyes to a lot of this.
Well, I appreciate that. I'll come back whenever you want.
Who would imagine something like this?
Hey,
And with
Dad.
so much sadness, and I want to say global, but certainly our whole country, but it goes farther than that probably.
Oh, it really does.
I mean, the way media is today, I mean, I grew up in a different era, as you know. So it's amazing how things spread. So
What do you want to say to the Guthrie family, especially for you and your son? If there was any possibility they still believed you guys could be involved, what do you want to say to the Guthries?
Savannah, I am just very, very sad and sorry about Nancy. And
She gets
I
emotional.
pray for you and your family that you heal, that you can go back to your normal place of life and resume and build with your family and your children and your husband. And,
It'll never be normal.
but I know it's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to keep praying.
And you want them to know no involvement from you and Luke.
No involvement from Luke and I, no.
Luke.
Isn't that crazy?
It really is. So interesting. I'd never seen either one of those interviews, so.
I really wanted to pick your brain on that one for sure.
Sometimes it's better when you do like a reaction when you haven't seen it, because then you like really get your,
Yeah,
So
genuine. I always like when I usually, if it's an interview, I will not watch it first. I will do it live because
Yeah,
I really want you to get like my genuine.
especially because I make so many, like my reactions are just, I'll be like what? So I feel like my face says everything. So when you get it for the first time, you're really getting like my reaction in that moment.
Yeah.
They're just, oh wow. And again, there might not be any, like this guy might not be, I do want to put that out there. Like neither one of us are saying that this guy is involved in any way.
No.
Even if he's not involved, for me, there's just, it's interesting to see behavioral patterns here and to see how, that relationship between the mother and son. What's this?
So this is Luke's filed June 3rd, 2025. 3689. And this is narcotic rug sales, weapon misconduct, firearm during a rug offense, weapons misconduct prohibited, possession of rug paraphernalia, May 15th, 2025. So we're almost at a year.
He carried one with, at any point that could have been used. So he said he didn't have any violent offenses, but at the same time, if you're carrying that clearly means that you're prepared to, if need be.
Well, remember, this guy had a pew-pew as well.
So true.
And it says the probable cause. Officers were conducting surveillance reference of an unrelated matter and observed a vehicle driven by Luke Daly in the area. He was identified based on previous photographs. Indicators of illegal rug transactions were observed. Mr. Daly and the passengers exited the vehicle and entered 7635 Walmart. Officials approached the vehicle and let me see.
So there were people with him too.
Yes, that one girl that he was talking about, that
Gotcha.
people was saying that.
Oh, that he wanted everybody to know that he had no involvement with or whatever. Or that.
Yeah. And this was February 19th, 2019, where he got in trouble again. Oh, no. Mr. Daly was adopted at birth by Daly. Mr. Daly biological parents were 17 when he was born, and his biological mother struggled with substance abuse while pregnant. Mr. Daly grew up extremely close to both of his adopted parents, both Redacted and Redacted Daily were psychologists and provided Mr. Daly with an excellent childhood. And Redacted also adopted Mr. Daly's brother, Matt, at the time of his birth from different biological parents. Mr. Daly continues to have a close relationship with his older brother. When Mr. Daly was a child, he had 8 or 9 concussions.
Wow.
That's at only
Gee.
year old. He had to be transported by helicopter off Mr. Lemon due to a bicycle accident. When he was a teenager, Mr. Daly began to race downhill mountain bikes and was in a serious. Let me see here if I got the other one.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. Daly wants to be presented fully. Daly wants to be present for his family. Once he is released, he acknowledges that he cannot do this while he is using. He ultimately hopes to move to Phoenix away from the negative peers in Tucson and focus on himself and his family. A letter from his mother is attached. Mr. Daly has the support and motivation necessarily to be successful once he is released from prison. He has already begun to do the work that he needs. For the reason stated above, we ask that the sentence of him concurrent mitigant sentence.
Wow. Someone in chat just said about how Stern suffered a high impact at a young age. It's so interesting that they said that, because in my head, multiple times, just so that this person knows, I definitely was thinking in my head, this reminds me of the Stearns case, how like the mom, it reminds me of her relationship with Stefan and how the brother winds up turning out to be like good. He's out of the house. He's doing his own thing. And Stefan, I believe also at about 37, was still living at home. So this reminds me a lot of that too. So the person that saw that similarity, I also see that similarity. Deborah, yep.
What is this?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, this reminds me so much of the Stearns.
That's crazy about the concussions.
Someone said, let's not blame concussions. Nobody's doing that at all, I promise.
No. But it truly can affect your behavior, though. I mean, it really 100%. Can.
Look at CTE, right?
Huh?
Look at CTE.
Yeah. I mean, it's, whether you have it or not doesn't mean you.
And it's not an excuse.
No, it's not an excuse, but it can. It absolutely can. Hold on, look at this. Someone sent this to me. I don't know.
I can't believe they're the same person. Yeah. Oh, well, look at that picture on the first one with the. Oh, wow.
Yeah, someone did that. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Who had Luke? He had, according to this letter, it said that he had. Hold on. This is Luke, or someone talking about Luke with. They commented, guys, the car sold a week ago, meaning the Range Rover, to a guy with his mom. I'm not the owner of the stupid Range Rover, and I'm not inside the country from long ago. Don't believe these stupid people in the lies here too. The car was bought at independent used dealer, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
This whole thing's so interesting.
it goes in so many different directions. You know what I mean? Like if you oh, here it is. I found it. Here we go. I know you're probably tired. I'm trying to get this for you. But it says here that Mr. Daly and the passengers were detained. The keys in the vehicle were in his possession. A search of the vehicle located a black magnetic box with additional heroin paraphernalia and a baggie with a small amount of brown tar-like substance consistent with H on the passenger seat. A black and red duffel bag on the passenger seat held a 9mm AR pistol, which is interesting because from what I've heard, that they say that is what they think is a 9mm pistol, by the way. But I digress. And was loaded and had a loaded magazine. Multiple empty baggies were located in the purse on the passenger floor. The items were positioned in a manner unlikely to have allowed a passenger to sit on top of them. A search of the passenger located a large quantity of round blue M30 pills, 17 Suboxone strips, and a large quantity of U.S. currency. Post Miranda, the passengers advised the firearm belonged to Mr. Daly and stated he likely put it on the seat after she exited the vehicle. Post Miranda, Mr. Daly confirmed he had been driving the vehicle and was with the female for approximately 2 days. He advised he had recently been convicted of a felony case, and a record check confirmed that he was prohibited from possessing a firearm. The pills were later weighed, totaling 104.1 grams without packaging. This is the equivalent to approximately 1,000 pills, greater than the amount typical possession for personal use. Based on the investigation, officers determined Mr. Daly and the passenger were likely acting in conjunction to distribute illegal drugs.
1,000's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised he was still out on the streets.
Well, I think he was on probation.
Oh, I see. So but wasn't he like about to go to court again for something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So he was out on probation, but then you would think that would be a violation of probation.
It was.
So you would think like, why? I don't know. Like
his trial is May 18th or May 19th coming up.
I wonder why he like wasn't on an ankle bracelet or something. Interesting.
You know how it is.
Interesting. So interesting. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for
we'll
being
have to
here.
do this again, and we still have to do the JonBenet Ramsey case.
Yes, let's do that.
I think I'm ready to do that one.
That one we'll have to do in multiple pieces for sure.
Oh, for sure. I'm down.
You just let me know, and I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
Guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. Mods, please drop Dr. Vona's channel again.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate y'all being here. For the replay crew, link will be provided in the description as well.
Same on mine for you.
Really want to see Dr. Vona. She, as you see here, some amazing input. Her channel is called The Minds Behind True Crime with Dr. Vona. All right, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Vona. Thank you, mods.
I
chat.
appreciate you.
Appreciate you all. See you guys on the next one. Good night.
Good night.